Hey guys, Dusty here. I was going to record a whole thing from Against Heresies, which I can show you. So I'm not all the way through it yet. I am to about here at the end, and I have lots of notes. I could still, I still want to talk about it. I still want to, because there's a lot in it, and I have a lot of thoughts about um, things that relate to Bethel negatively and things that relate to Bethel actually in the positive, like things where they are not in line with heretics that he mentions. It's a mixed bag and it's really interesting. Um, but I sat down and you know how you kind of lose steam sometimes, and there was some admin stuff to do with that community group. And then I was just thinking um, about it, like, so the group, people really obviously want to be part of the conversation, and they want to, yeah, be included. They want to hear. Um, there's some interesting things to consider as the group populates. So it's been a few hours and we're up to 300 and something or 400 members, and there's still like another 700 and something requests again. So it's like we're just spreading, and we should have a pretty decent number of alumni by the time this is done. And it is a really mixed group of people. And I mean, there are people who are on staff at Bethel currently who are also alumni, and in good faith, like they're part of the community too. And like decisions like that, part of it is um like, and I discussed this with the others, with the alumni council at length. Like I really hope for a neutral space. Neutral is maybe not the correct word. I know what I mean when I say it, and I feel like people know what I mean when I say it, but maybe they don't. So I'm not out to burn Bethel to the ground. And I don't, but I'm also not out to save it at any cost. I want the Lord's will to be done. And it feels so weird saying that after the past few years I've had. Like, I've shared on other videos, I've been through a lot of personal hardship, and I'd kind of told the Lord, like, I quit. Not quit the faith and not quit him. And it wasn't like I wasn't even blaming the Lord for my mistakes or what he allowed in my life, if that's how that worked. It's complicated. I'm just saying, like, it's not like that. It was I quit, like, I just don't, it was more like church. Like, I was like, I'm kind of cynical, and like I'm not a very trusting person. Like, I'll just being honest with the interwebs. This is not a secret. um Kind of done with like the church, I think. Like, I quit the church. But at my heart maybe not really, because I care. Well, I love the Lord, eh? So my granny was like that, and I believe I probably just like inherited something from her. Like, I just really love the Lord, and he loves his church. So I have concern for the church. And this is why I don't want Bethel to just burn to the ground, because there are believers there. Like, it's full of Christians and bad teachings, and some good teachings, not like a lot. It's not very theologically rigorous, but they have a desire to aspire to be full of love, but they love wrong. Like, some of their love actually, your love hurts. Like, some of their love is actually, is my face in the frame? Um, some of their love is like actually not love, because it's polluted with bad doctrines, like doctrines of demons. Not to be dramatic, but some I think. Anyways, um like, so that's actually why I'm involved, and like have ended up involved, is I really want to see somebody else use the words like a healthy church, healthy, balanced, and trustworthy. That's what somebody said in the group. And I'm like, yeah, that would be great. And I care about that and I would really like to see it. But there's a whole bunch of other people who, like me, are disgusted and angry about the abuses that have taken place and been covered up. And some of them are like in a place where it's kind of like, no, they don't want to hear like theological reform. And I think there's some truth to that. And they're like, they don't want to hear safety. And I think there's some truth to that, really. But I don't think it can be true of all of them. And I also hold out some hope that like the Lord can reach people if his words are put in front of them and if the fear of the Lord falls on them. And so part of me still has that hope, you know. And this group we've just created, it's a hodgepodge of people who like desperately want to cling on to things that are false so they don't have to re-examine themselves, and they want to continue to prop up the idols in their hearts. And then there's people who are just kind of waiting to see what's going on, and then there's people who want reform really badly and are kind of like in the me position, I guess, like let's see reform. And even we are a mixed bag. Like I think some of us have bigger ideas of the reform that is needed, like especially theologically, than others, and that's complicated. And then there are people who want to burn it all to the ground. And then there's people who I think just have their own agendas, like see an opportunity for like a power vacuum to be filled, or like to create a platform for themselves. And like the fact that this atrocity even has the ability to create platforms and opportunities fills me with a kind of like disgust and terror, to be honest. Um like so that's not my wish, just so you know. I like to talk and I like to share things and it's fun, and my life has been awful, and I would really like to see good things happen in my life, but like not at the expense of like people. And like I have no desire to like push an agenda aside from I really want to see like the Lord's heart be done, and I don't think his heart is destruction. But I think there's people who kind of want destruction. And I think it's mixed, and it just concerns me. And I'm putting it out there because I think, and it concerns me that ambitions are a thing. Like God help me never have any kind of like unholy ambitions. I don't even want to. Like I don't like love church stuff anymore. Like, this sounds so bad. I love the things of the Lord. I'm just really disillusioned with like ministries and church stuff. And so like, I don't know. Just sharing from my heart right now. Um, I have all these concerns, you know, and then because we're dealing with criminality when it comes to the allegations of like negligence, that could be criminal negligence. Like I'm not a legal expert, but it could be in some cases. And also just like the abuses that took place. Like we're talking about some things that are criminal. And that means there's lawyers involved and there's money. And there's fraud, like the prophetic words. That's a type of fraud, to profit off of like lies. Um, which means that there is always the possibility that, yeah, there are people at Bethel who will like engage with us not in good faith, you know? And yeah, so it's just hard. So we've got this group and it is filling, and the other group is big too, but I think um Jesse publicizing this one, it causes people to like get excited and be like, oh, we're going to be part of like this new thing and part of change. And that kind of scares me. It scares me because you can get ahead of the will of the Lord. It scares me because we don't know what's in each other's hearts, let alone our own. I should say, we don't know what's in our own hearts, let alone each other's, most of the time. And so I'm really thankful that we've provided a place for everybody to connect. All my jokes from earlier aside, and like my Sicilian sass. Um, but I'm also like kind of nervous for us. So for all that I don't pray a lot anymore, I really pray that the Lord guards us, that He protects our hearts, that He protects the space. I pray that He convicts every single leader of sin and of righteousness and of judgment. And I pray that He leads all of us on the right path. I pray that it would be an authentic revival that would reach people in their actual lives, because this is all digital. But our little avatars on these screens represent real people with real lives and real connections and real churches that many of us have influence in. And we shouldn't underestimate the impact that the Lord could have through all this. And of course, I want to see the victims happy and healthy and healed and have restitution such as is appropriate, and no more skeletons in the closet. And as somebody who has experienced a lot of abuse and victimization myself, I hope for them to be very strong and courageous in the face of opposition, but also to have safe places, and not to be tempted to become unhealthy, like not to want power and control over the world in a way that is not righteous and not just, rather to have self-control and learn how to navigate a world where we can't control others. That's my hope for everyone. Lord Jesus, help this movement, help Bethel, remove people from positions they shouldn't be in if they shouldn't be there, put people in positions they should be in if they should be there, and help us to want your will and not just what we think should happen. Because I'm kind of terrified of all the potential mixed motives and the temptations that are inherent in a situation like this. Like, I feel like the Lord is on exposing everything. I feel the Lord is on that. It's just us. It's people that concern me a little. So I don't know if I'll actually post this little heart to heart. I should have done the heresies, right? It's hard to explain. I just have an unsettledness within me. Please pray for the alumni to not be corrupt and to not be overly jaded, and even for those whose hearts have been hardened to the Lord, that their hearts would be softened. Quite a few have fallen away from the Lord, and they wouldn't like me praying that, or they would think it doesn't matter because it's ineffective and they just think I'm deluded. Depends on the person. Pray for the leaders and pray for, there are actual wolves. There are actual bad people. I'm sure there are some more actual bad people. I just don't know how many. And I don't want to assume that people who are just kind of corrupt and weak and sleazy are wolves. Those are harsh words. Okay, but sometimes that's the thing. Enemies. Okay. I hope all of that makes sense. Those of you who are sincere Christians, please be praying. Please be praying for people. I just have this unease. Please pray. Thank you.